There are two things we're going to be talking on this morning. I first want us to listen to this. Let's listen to every bit of this.
I don't care how good you are in anything. You don't have discipline. You ain't nobody.
Right.
You're nothing without discipline because you give up under the slightest struggle without discipline.
100%.
Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it.
Doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. That is a great quote.
Okay, I made some of you co-host. Am I sharing? I'm not sharing? Yes,
We got only audio. There was no video.
Okay. Made some of you co-hosts. Please just help me admit. When others come in, you can admit. Okay, I think we're good to go. You guys know this Monday mindset, and it's just not an ordinary Monday. This is actually we're into another bus, another train of the year. So let's get it.
I don't care how good you are in anything. You don't have discipline. You ain't nobody.
Right.
You're nothing without discipline because you give up under the slightest struggle without discipline.
100%.
Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it.
Doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. That is a great quote.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can do that, you could be successful in anything.
What do you think most people get wrong about motivation?
They think it's a permanent fix. They think it's something that is a constant. They think that maybe once I get it, I'm going to hold on to it. And that's the thing about that I was telling you, that I always talk about. Nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. And a lot of times you have to learn to perform without motivation.
Fuck your motivation. Fuck your motivation. You need discipline because motivation's not there every day. I'm missing motivation most days.
Wow,
Some
really?
days, yeah, sometimes I got motivation. Sometimes like, fuck yeah, today I felt good. I can't wait to get to the gym. A lot of days like, gotta get to the gym. And then once I get going, then I feel great.
Yeah.
And I feel great when it's over. But it's that beginning part that's hard because your body wants to stay comfortable.
Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
You know, trivial things weren't going to pull my attention. It had to be things weren't going to pull my attention. It had to be things that I had a purpose. I wanted to be one of the best basketball players to ever play. And anything else that was outside of that lane, I didn't have time for.
At what age did that goal become crystal clear?
I made that deal with myself at 13 years old.
At 13 years old?
13 years old. That's the
You
deal
were
I
crystal
made.
clear about it.
Crystal clear.
And I'm telling you, that you don't need to determine. I'm telling you it's worth it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you it is worth it.
Yeah.
And you know what? You actually know it's worth it. That's why you're asking this question. You know it's worth it. You know it's worth it to have discipline, but you think there's an easier way. Yeah. You think that it's something that people have. You think that when Jocko's alarm clock goes off, it's like, oh, just like my father taught me, I rise and I shine. You know, like, no. It's like the pillow feels soft and comfortable.
Yeah.
And the alarm clock is banging on my head and I don't like it. But you know what? I know it's worth it to get up and get after it. I know it's worth it. And you know it's worth it.
You have to learn to perform without purpose. You have to learn to perform a lot of different things. And that's what people think. They think I need to have this motivation to work out, to study, to be better. So if they don't have it, they just don't fucking do it. And that's where you fail. You have to learn to train your mind well beyond motivation. If you have motivation, that's great. That's some kindling to the fire. All it takes is a little bit of fucking spark, you can burn the whole forest up. But motivation, you have to learn to exist without it. You have to learn to be, you have to be your best self and your least motivated.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Just shut up and let me enjoy the.
Another shot. I hope you guys took note. Let me see.
Whatever your goal is in life, you gotta learn to stay focused. Every day when you wake up, keep your mind on the prize. Don't focus too much on, oh man, I'm not making no progress. Stay focused on the goal. See, when you stay focused on the goal, it tells your mind and body to move in that direction. When you don't focus on the goal, it doesn't tell the body or mind anything. And now you're unaligned with your goals in life. Next thing you know, you're lost. Weeks go by, months go by, and you're like, man, I don't feel like I'm making any progress, so what's the point? See, that's the thing. When you have a big goal, it overwhelms the shit out of you. What you gotta understand is once you got a goal, you have to break it down into smaller goals, smaller achievable goals. It's like this. Someone wants to lose 50 pounds, but that's their focus. They want to lose 50 pounds, but how are you gonna lose 1 pound? How are you gonna lose half a pound? You feel me? Like you have to break your goals down in smaller chunks. Because if you try to achieve a big goal just like that out of the blue, it's not gonna work for you. It's not gonna happen.
So I want us to do something quickly. There's a task I'm going to give for this week. I would want what you're going to listen to, what you're listening to now to be let me go back a bit. Yeah. So I'll put that as a task. So I want us to listen to this one. But the other one, I'm going to send it in the groups.
Mediocrity. You know what the rest of the world wants to pay you for? Be the best at one thing.
If you know how to concentrate your efforts and be focused on one thing, you have an edge. If you can be focused on one thing and not look at everything else that everybody else is looking at, 50 different philosophies, 75 different ways to make money, 19 different streams of income. If you can figure out where to go here, all of that stuff's going to come your way. But if you go chase all the other stuff like everyone else is, you're going to miss the whole point of winning in life because you can't concentrate. You show me anyone today who knows how to concentrate, I'll show you someone that nobody wants to compete with.
Don't stop. Narrow your focus to one idea, and make it work. Make it your priority and stick with it no matter what.
You guys need to understand what you don't have to do. You don't have to work hard. You don't have to eat right. You don't have to sleep right. You don't have to do more than what's required of you. You don't have to be a good teammate. You don't have to be a good leader. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. But you also don't have to win. You don't have to be a success in life. You don't have to help your team win. You don't have to play. So the greatest things in life take sacrifice and discipline. And that's why so few people achieve great things, because they don't want to sacrifice, they don't want to discipline for some greater. So you see all these people that have great things in life that you look up to, it's because they were sacrificed and disciplined long before you ever knew them.
No one can make you do or not do what you said you're going to do. Tell yourself every morning, I'm going to stick to this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to strive for this goal. I'm not looking forward to December. I'm not looking over the whole year. I'm focused on today. What we do every day, every single day, what we do becomes habitual and routine. Through practice, every single day we do the same thing, regardless of weather, surroundings, elements, people, regardless. We continue to do the task that we believe in, headstrong, confident, pushing through it.
See, at the end of my life, the Lord's going to go, hey, by the way, this guy over here, this is the man you could have been. This is the person you were born to be. This would have been your dreams. This is where you would have gone, what you would have seen, what you would have changed. This would have been your book. Meet him. My dream in my life is that when I meet that person, we're not total strangers. And I'm gonna say, hey man, good to see you. Been chasing you, man. He's gonna go, I've been watching you. You maxed out your damn life. Congratulations. You don't want to get to the end of your life. And that character is a total stranger to you. You know damn well there's gonna be a funeral for you someday. At that funeral, there's gonna be a sense in the spirit of what you could have become. The woman, the man you could have become. And every day those decisions you're making to max out your life are chasing that person.
If you have micro focus, if you can get a chance to pay attention to detail, that's how you break out of the pack. That's how you go from being an average to an above average performer. With focus, you are unstoppable.
All right. Yes. Did we get some? So everybody put on a chat. I played 3 videos, but actually 2. Okay, write on the chat what your mind was able to capture in the video. Just give me an image of what your mind captured in the video. So happy new month, everyone. And we're going to be diving into something very significant this morning, kind of like a guide, a blueprint into the next 6 months. But we're going to deeply reflect on the last 6 months. This very, very important. There are a couple of things that I do. I decided to, okay, let's do them together this morning. And I know we all have our routine. We all have our personal lifestyle or life routine. You know, your one of the things that I've learned is your life is a sum total of the repetitive routines that makes up your work plan. Your equal to is based on your repetitive routine, and your routines are created by your mindset. Okay. And your mindset is created by the things you get exposed to. Okay, over a period of time, they become your data that sets the focus of it. See, sometimes you don't have to blame your action or how you do things, the way you do things. It's just based on what has been installed, what has been programmed. Now, for everything coming into this environment of trading, there are a couple of things we look at, but a couple of things we don't do, okay? Because while life and society has programmed us to be judges, okay, rather than to be students or rather than to be convicts. I'll talk about that deeply later. But one of the things that's why I'm asking right now, when you got exposed to what I just showed you, what did your mind capture? So what was the first video about? So just drop it on. You don't have to write notes. I just want you to capture what your mind. Just give me an image. All right. In words, what your mind was able to capture in the first video and in the second video. Everyone. And if you didn't capture anything, it's okay. Just I did it. It's faster. It's easier. You don't have to burden yourself. Okay. During the course of this month, we're going to have a very unique session. It's going to be detailed. It's going to be a detailed coaching session. All right. Mindset coaching session. It's washing and setting. I'm going to do a washing and setting session with a deep session, probably going to take about 3 hours. I'll give it time. May probably take about 3 hours. It's not part of any routine of Pewatt Nation or the course. It's just going to be, I'm going to separate a time for everybody who's exposed to me. Okay, let's do I'll call it, in plain language, I'll call it washing and setting. You know, sometimes part of the things that I've enjoyed as a student of life, as a student of life, okay, being a life coach, being a forex trader, finance minister, being a minister of the gospel, okay, everything that God has allowed me to master, that is my stream of wealth today. Because everything you master becomes a stream of wealth. You want to write that? Okay, mastery leads to stream. Mastery is a stream of wealth. Okay, the purpose of learning is mastery. Okay, and mastery is the foundation of knowledge. And every foundation of knowledge is a stream of income. It's that value. Money moves in the direction of value. The proper value in package is mastery. Okay, so I just want you guys to capture this. Capture what I'm saying right now. It's going to make a lot of sense. Maybe not in this session, but when you're able to capture it, it will make a lot of sense when you meditate on it. So some of us learn to make money. Now, that's not a bad idea, but that's a baby idea. Okay, I think majority of people who don't make money is because they learn to make money. You know what it means to push yourself to learn to make money. It's a wrong idea. It's a wrong mindset to learn to make money. Okay, now I'm saying it in a way some of you may be confused. Okay, that is why when you get exposed to some certain level of truth about you, how you're programmed as a human being, okay, or as a creation, okay, there are certain things you wouldn't do if you understand certain things in life, some laws and principles. So guess what? I ask a simple question. Does the plant have to learn to enjoy the sun? That's a question. I just wanted you to ruminate on that question and give me an answer. Does the plant have to learn to enjoy the sun? Okay, another question. Is it all plants that enjoy the sun? Is it all plants that enjoy the sun? What are those plants? What happened to those plants who don't enjoy the sun? So this is one of the things I want you guys to picture in life. And it's going to relate to a couple of the things we'll be talking about this morning. And I'm just going to use this video as a foundation, or this session as a foundation, because we're moving into a very amazing part of lifetime. This is part of what, it's not a year. I'm not saying we're moving into a second part of the year. Yes, in calendar, it's a second part of the year. But we're moving into an amazing timeline. I wish I can go depth in that. I can go deep, okay? But I'm just stating it because this is one of the things the Spirit has dropped in me, and I've made a proposition to say we're going to have a session, but I want to prepare you for the session. But I'm going to take this session to give you an idea why that session is going to be very important. Okay, so every one of you said no. Okay, so what's the difference? What happened to the plant? So if all plants do not enjoy the sun, the sun is necessary for the life of a plant. It's their entitlement. True or true? Based on creation, is the entitlement of the plant to be nourished by the sun. Am I correct? I want you guys to understand me very well, because the truth is, there are principles and laws that govern everything that has to do with God's creation. God created the heavens and the earth, and there are principles. And you fall into the same category of principles when it has to do with wealth, finance, fitness, money, okay, money, finance, okay, the relationship. There are principles that God has put to guide you. One of the principles we misinterpret or we get lost in is the principle of finance, the principle of growth, the principle of increase, the principle of abundance. Okay, you cannot think lack and exhibit abundance. Now, what is the problem of thinking lack? Is it situational? So many of you are in trading today. And if we go back to the root of why you are trading today or why you came to learn trading, is situational. Now, I decided to drop this morning. It's situational. I've learned in life that, yes, situations can push you, but situations will not delete laws that will make you succeed. Knowledge will. Okay, so a hard breakup can push a decision that will put you in the right path. Okay, but the broken heart cannot be fixed by the decision of coming to the right path. Are you guys getting what I'm saying? It pushed you to the right path. But the broken heart, no matter how motivated you are, if something doesn't change, when you came into the right environment, something has to change before you get the value of the right environment. It's awareness, knowledge. It won't change because now you're in the right environment. Okay, so bringing us back to the analogy, I'm just trying to give us a foundation to why this information should stick and why you should be interested in it. So I asked the question that about money. Okay, it is wrong, or it's not a question. I said something. If you are trying to learn how to make money, okay, or learn how to make money, okay, there is an idea. It's either you are a baby or you've not come to a stage of awareness and growth. Okay, and if as an adult, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you are still in that environment where you're trying to learn how to make money, which is what 95% of the world's population who are broke, poor, or average, that's what they do. The difference between the rich and the poor, the rich don't learn how to make money. They create sources to attract money. They already understand the principle of, or the law of attraction, everything. If you understand the law of attraction, then you realize that there are certain things you shouldn't learn. Okay, or there are certain things you shouldn't learn to do. So many of you are traders today, you're learning how to trade, but you're learning how to trade, but simply because you want to make money, the act of learning how to make money. And guess what? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you're figuring out that you're not really making progress in making money because why? It takes a law, the fulfillment of a law, to attract the kind of money you want to use a skill to bring. Skill will only give you 10% of the actualization of that law. So you can be a perfect student, perfect everything I teach you. There is a part of you, okay, that can never exceed. In that law of attraction, you can never attract what's bigger than you. And even if you do, it's for you to learn because you eventually lose it. So you would learn. It is not to own, it is to learn. For everything you try to attract out of a principle, it's for your learning. You know why I said so? In 2017 into 2018, okay, I learned, there were a couple of things that I learned to do in network marketing because I was exposed to network marketing and I was consistent and disciplined. You grow through the pain. That's why I played a video to you. You grow through the pain, okay? There are some things that can motivate you, inspire you, but they will not establish you. Okay, a wrong bank account, a consistent bank account, a child that is, you gave birth to suffering, being driven for school, they can motivate you, but they will not establish you. There are things that would establish you. So in 2017, 2018, I got into my big break. Okay, I made some money that was beautiful. 2 years later, I lost it. All of it, that I was broke. And guess what? It was a pattern. In 2014, 2015, into 2016, I made my first 4 million. I went broke again. Between 2016 and 2017, I was doing Uber. Okay, what went wrong? I said certain things I didn't know. Between 2017, 2018, I made another move. 2 years later, I lost it. Can you guys see a pattern? Do you agree with me that there's a pattern there? Put yes on the chat. So I knew how to make money. but I also knew how to lose it. Okay. So over the years, I've learned how to lose money. And I know why people lose money. Because the whole goal was to learn, was not to, I couldn't own it. I tried ownership many times. Before I came into this environment of wealth creation, I've been in the other side of life. Okay. Excuse me. So I'm just trying to paint this so that anybody will get value from this. You just picture it. I've been in the other side of life as a worker bee before I came into the environment of sales, wealth creation. So the environment of sales, giving value is the environment of wealth creation. The environment of mediocrity, you just want to live life, survive through situations, is the environment where you have to give your time to earn money. I've been in that environment. And guess what? At one point, I was comfortable. Okay. But I got fed up because my mind was bigger than my income. Okay, I had a mind that was bigger than my income. I was not complacent about what I was earning. So I shifted. Okay, during that process, there was a lot of pain. There was a process in my life where I experienced the biggest pain. Okay, I had to be a different person, but I knew what I wanted. Now, why am I sharing this information with you? Many of you have not had your big break. Put 5 on the chat if you understand what I'm saying. You are at a place where you've not had a big break, something to encourage you that things are good. All right? You've not. That's your motivation. You are inspired. When you hear about people achieving some feat, you're inspired. But at the same time, that is your wrong hypnosis. Okay, if you stay in inspiration, come on, you're doomed. Inspiration drives you, but every opportunity you have to move past inspiration, because one of the things I do in my life right now, I have moved past the stage of momentary motivation and inspiration. There are certain things that drives me. I'm a driver right now. I don't need to be inspired. Okay, so your bank account and your finances can inspire or motivate you. Your lack, your pressures can inspire or motivate you, or the word of a coach, or the pictures and images of successful living and lifestyle can inspire or motivate you, but they will not drive you. The people who are failing are people who are not driven. The people who are looking to get that piece of inspiration. You want to get that thing that inspires you. But I tell you my story today just to pass you a message. At what point in my life was I the most frustrated? Is it the period I was trying and I was hustling before I made my first 6 figures? Or the period after making my first 6 figures? From your analysis or idea, tap into that thought. When do you think I'll be the most frustrated? Before making money or after making money? Devastated, depressed. When do you think those feelings will set in my life? When I had something to lose or when I did not have anything to lose? After getting married, had a family, okay, got comfortable, set up businesses, created financial relationship, just to lose it all up to zero. And when I was trying to get these things, when do you think I'll be the most frustrated? If you can catch what I'm saying, then you'll be ready to learn for real. Many of you are so focused on the minor things in life. Many of us, that's what we'll start with. And we do not pay attention to wisdom. Okay, many of you are trying to make your first $1,000. And guess what? 6 months have gone in this year, you're trying to make your first $1,000. Another 5 years will come, you're still trying to make your first $1,000. Or you may end up making your first $1,000. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to drift into 10,000. But one of the things you probably are not paying attention to is your learning. That for everything you attract without a principle of established foundation, you would lose it. It's a must that even Wall Street has declared that for every billionaire that is documented, the first went through bankruptcy. And a large portion of these billionaires became billionaires again. Do you see a law playing out, or you just see luck and chance? Today, if you take everything, I was frustrated in 2018, 2019, into 2020 when I was going through my worst time. I was really deep in frustration. But I didn't let it get to me, but there was a presence of frustration. There was a presence of pain. But one thing that wasn't out, I wrote 5 things from the videos watch. Okay, and I'm going to channel it back to you guys. There's a process to growth. Understand process. Another thing is when you understand the process, focus is actually needed. Okay, I just named them. Then every word I'm saying right now is going to reflect it. I had focus. Okay. Life will frustrate you, but the only net to withstand frustration is focus. Okay. And you cannot be focused so focus and concentration goes together. All right. A lot of people, but there's a slight difference, but focus and concentration goes together. It's the same energy, okay, for both. But there's something about concentration. I could be focused on a journey, but I can concentrate on the things I need to stay on that journey. Focus is a broad, concentration is a tool. All right. I knew, okay, when I came into this environment, I was focused on becoming a successful Forex trader. But I had to concentrate in what I needed to become a successful Forex trader. Are you guys getting me? I put 2 on the chat. There were a lot of things that could make me successful. I could get exposed. In the first time I came in, I learned everything. Everything looked sweet. I got exposed. I was watching all of the videos. Why do you think I was spending 4 hours? Okay, every night I was watching video, but at some point I had to bring in concentration. Okay, I had to bring in a tool. I knew I'd learned, my first year in trading, or my first 6 months in trading, I learned market structure. Okay, I got exposed to market structure. Christopher Terry actually taught market structure, but not the way I'm teaching right now, but he taught it. Stephen Cylinder in I Am Academy, he taught market. There were a couple of educators that taught market structure. But I drifted into price action and I loved it because I could relate to it then. And I built a reputation on price action. But like I said, there are certain things you could learn to do and you would lose. Okay. So this year I lost a couple of things because the expiry date for price action in my growth process, so there's process, okay, has expired. The next level I need to move to, price action can pay the bills for that level in trading. Some of you are just trading price action. In fact, you're not there yet. You're trying to learn it. It's beautiful. But here comes a person who's telling you that at every level you climb, okay, why do I know the things that I'm sharing? Because I am learning through the process of growth. I am growing, okay, but I am documenting my growth process for your sake. Because guess what? You are also going to grow as long as you're in this environment. Except the only people who don't grow are those who are hypnotized to learn to make money. When you're learning to make money, money becomes, you cannot have a relationship with money and it doesn't take 90% of your emotional structure. It means everything that you need to learn and document is already taken by the act of trying to earn money. Money is a god. Why do you think the word says you cannot serve mammon? It's talking about money. You can't have 2 masters. Money cannot be your master. Everybody today, even people who think they are spiritual and religious, okay, their primary god is what they give their time to. That is why they don't have a deep relationship with God to understand the principles and essence of life to get abundance. They don't. Because why? They are serving a God and they are not aware about it. Okay, are you guys get what I'm saying? Okay, one of the reasons I have attention and focus and concentration is because the energy I need to learn, the growth process of life is not taken by the energy of trying to make money. If you sacrifice it, you're done. Are you guys hearing me? Put 10 on the chat. Okay. If you sacrifice it, what I'm doing is to lose you for the next 6 months. Somehow you just have to change your structure, your posture, your attention. Okay. Your attention to drive your intention. You just have to change the way you think about this thing called success. Okay. If you're thinking money is success, then you failed. Because why? Money does not reflect success. Success reflects money. Okay, so if your deep attention is earning money, and guess what? Most of the time I see the attitude of people, and I see people who just want to earn money. And I see people who are planning their own disappointment. 2 questions I asked myself this morning. 2 questions, and these are 2 questions you want to write down. How much did you make in the last 6 months? And how much did you learn? Okay, all right. Did you guys get the 2 questions? I asked myself, and I was proud. I was proud of the both answers I gave myself. How much did you make? And how much did you learn? So I'm going to ask a couple of you that are here. Some of you have been following for 6 months now. Did you significantly make money that you're proud of the last 6 months? Give me an answer in the chat, or honestly tell yourself the truth. Then the second question is going to back up. If you did not make money, did you significantly learn every bit of activity where you were in the beginning of this year and today? Did you learn a process that you can invest in and grow, and you grew? Did you develop? Did you grow from everything that happened to you? Or all you have is a data of losses? Are you guys getting what I'm sharing with you? Many of you, majority of what you have are losses or regrets. It means you've lost the most important thing about life, which is time. If all you have is regrets and losses. Am I making sense to you guys this morning? Are you guys getting the picture of what I'm doing this morning? It's 6 months already, 2024. 6 months. 6 months done. You watch the video about goals. You watch the video about discipline. You watch the video about pain and sacrifices. You watch the video that motivated, but 6 months have slept by. Okay, and everything time gives to you is opportunity to have 2 things: achievement and learning through a process. Process leads to achievement. So it's either you're learning or you see, for every seed, it goes through a processing to bring a fruit. So 2 stages are involved after you get a seed. So time is a seed, processes you, and it gives you an achievement, which is a fruit. It will be so bad to just have a seed, and what you got is the result of no fruit and no process. Are you guys with me this morning? Put 10 on the chat if you're still with me. Because I'm still going to be with you in the next 6 months. I'm probably going to have this conversation with you. And if I don't remind you today, many people in their life right now, they are victims of the last 6 months. They are victims of the last 1 year. They are victims of the last 2 years because they did not pay attention. They never got exposed to what we call, there's something I love about what God says. Teach us a number of days. A lot of people do not pay attention to the learning of time. It's talking about time, learning through time. Good things have happened to me this year, alongside with worse things I never imagined coming into this year. But the great things supersede. You know why? Because I pay attention and energy and intentionality to the things I want to learn. I learned from every bad thing that happened to me because that was the goal, to learn, to grow. The goal was to grow because I know if I grow, at every level of growth I achieve, money comes. So I never focus or mistake on trying to earn money. Do you think if Apple, Coca-Cola, Google, Facebook, if their intention was to earn money, they will stay in business for 12 years without any money? They will still stay in business. They understand process. They understand growth. They understand time. Are you guys with me? The message for a lot of you is this year you learned a strategy, but you've not started making money. Why are you not making money? Because you've not grown to be the person that will get the goal of making money. And you're not paying attention to every time you lose that was supposed to be an investment. And you will make the same mistake if you're not told, if you're not guided for the next 6 months, you make mistakes. Because guess what? That is the same mistake you've been making for over 10 years as an adult, trying to get what you need rather than paying attention to what you have to do to get the need. I'm teaching a lot of good things to traders this season. I don't want the next 6 months for you to have the same result. Just coming here to learn. Where is this strategy leading me to making money? So you focus on making money. There's a part of you that I cannot teach you. It's only sessions like this that I can tell you. You pay attention to them. Okay? Reframe. Yes, you have to, because I'm your coach. And I know what's happening. I know what you should do when you know some certain things. I knew at what point when knowledge started drifting into money. So it means if I give you some certain knowledge, I should see some result. But if I'm not seeing that result and I'm not paying attention to why you're not getting that result, then I'm not a good coach. Do you agree with me? Because I know why you're not getting the money. It has nothing to do with the skill that you were so focused on learning. There was a part of you that has not grown. I grew at every stage before I attracted the thing. And everything that I attract into my life, even if I lose it, I'll get it now. If you take anything from me, if you take anything from me right now, I'll get it back. Why? I've grown to understand how to attract things. In fact, I focus on attraction more than shipment. I don't like things to be shipped to me. I get it. I attract it. I play on the principle of attraction. Okay? Because why? I take money out of the equation. Trading will not give you money. Trading will not give you money. Trading is an opportunity to drive what's in you to attract a lot of money. It will attract a lot of money. It doesn't give, it will attract. Are you guys getting the picture? Put one on the chat if you got what I said. So it's not the strategy. It's not what Cambridge is teaching that will give you money. It creates an opportunity for you to attract a lot of it when you master it. Okay? But one of the things you should focus on, brothers and sisters, is your journey of growth. There's a mindset part of this game. We will fail, grow, fail, grow, fail, grow to be able to understand. Pay attention to that mindset. How do you think when you wake up every day and you see a plan in front of you? Do you wake up to see a plan you want to achieve? Set priority on growth. Some of you have not read a book this year. It's sometimes not the knowledge of reading a book. It's not the things you read. You see a lot of books. Not every book I've read, but there's something about you that moves you from the person who just lives life and the person who learns life. Reading is one of the process that grows your mind. Okay, sometimes when we hit the gym, it's not because of the muscle we want to grow. Just waking up and leaving our home, leaving all the life activity and setting our brain to go to the gym has done 70%. Intention has done 70% of mental recreation. The 30% is for the body recreation. Right? But a mental reformation has happened when you left your home and you hit the gym. Now, there's another part that is driven. When you stay, even when you're weak, you stay. That is not because of what the ions or the weights are doing to your muscles. No, it's what it is doing to your mind. It's the same thing with reading a book. It's the same thing with buying a course and listening to a 6-figure or 7-figure income earner tell you something you already know. The action of buying that course has given you 70% of the result people get when they do such things. Than what the 30% is now your activity you do, but you'd already won by buying that course. If it's a $200 course, it's a $500 course, it's a $50, it's a $100. Buy a course, get into and do things rich people do when they were poor before they became rich. You will eventually become rich. It's a law of attraction. There's a law of vibration. There's a law of consequence. And many people are living in the law of consequence when they ought to be living in the law of attraction. For everything you refuse or ignore, there is a consequence. It's a law. Many of you, you've never pushed yourself to get a program. Okay, let me get a mentor program. Let me get a book. Let me get into an environment where there are other like minds. What is it going to cost me to get into that environment? You just pay just because why? You just want to spend 3 months with people who are moving in the direction you want to move in. It doesn't have to be trading. You do these things. Sometimes, do you know travel is an investment? Okay, let me travel. Let me take time from work. Who are the rich workers that eventually drift into business people? They are those who have travel incentive. These are what rich people do. You do them. It doesn't have to do money. There are books that are, thank God we have piracy. Okay, am I supposed to use the word thank God? I'm not supposed to use the word thank God. Okay, someone says, okay, I mean, buy a book for $1,000 or $500. Or let's even come to Naira. I mean, buy a book for $1 million. Okay, but it doesn't mean you should buy a book for $1 million. There was a time I was buying a book for what? $20, $5, $150, $200. Okay, now I can buy a book for $1,000. Not because of what is in the content of that book. It's the action. There was an information, there was an instruction, maybe by the Spirit, and I get that. Do you know every blessing that has to do with that action comes in even before I read that book? There are books that are here today. I've not read them, but I have gotten the blessing and benefit of buying the books. There are certain things we trivialize, we don't pay attention to. We are so involved in the rat race of life. You wake up every day, let me walk, let me get this thing that will get me to the next level. No, take a break. I need everybody to type the word, take a break. Take a break from a program. Live life. Read book. Go for seminars. Plan a family trip. Tell yourself December or so I want to go. You don't have to travel out of the country. Take yourself to the village. That's taking a break. Go spend time with mom and dad. Not for the purpose of December, we always do it. That's a program. It's different when you set a plan that is outside of a natural program. Do these things when they don't cost money now. That is your intentionality. It's shifting your mind to the law of availability. You are producing availability. You're telling your mind, I can do this, even with the little you have. Guess what? Your mind will begin to produce that because your mind does not know you have little. Your mind treats you based on the way you treat yourself. If your mind begins to perceive that you are not doing things abundant people do, your mind will begin to position you for abundance. Because why? Your mind is your wealth. It's your messenger. Is that which connects you to life. But a lot of people teach their mind wrongly by doing things poor people do. Obsessed about making money is for the poor. I'm telling you the truth. The obsession on making money is for the poor. The rich people are not obsessed about making money. They are obsessed about attracting it. That is why they go to production. You find out that when you're trying and you're obsessed about money, you're not producing, you're just trying to get. Just like many traders today, many of you are learning. You're obsessed about money. Let me help you take a break. Okay, take a break. It will happen because you're in the environment, but there are certain things you need to do. How many of you, I want to ask this word, how many of you what are you enjoying what I'm saying right now? Let me know if I even move forward. Because what I want to say next is going to lead to instruction. Okay. How many of you are enjoying? How many of you want me to move forward? You're enjoying, want me to, or you feel like crying and just pitying yourself, and you need to ruminate on this. It's okay. Okay. Because there are certain things I feel today I wish I can do, but the only way I can do it is what I'm saying. This is the only way I can undo many things you've done, by telling you the truth. Whoever needs this, mine, I can just provide that information. Many of you today, you don't study your income and how you get it. So let me ask a question. How many of you know how you make your income? You understand how you make your income? It's a question a lot of people are going to fail. So that's the first question. Because the truth is, if you're open, there are channels of money that could come to you if you only are aware about understanding. The scripture says, I know some of you know the scripture. I need to write that. I think it's in Proverbs. Let me quote it. Let me quote it in understanding. It talked about understanding. It talked about wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It said, wisdom will build the house. Okay. I think what he said is, so understanding will bring riches. I don't know if any one of you know the scripture. That scripture is. I think it's Proverbs. Okay, it's in Proverbs. How many of you know that scripture? When I came across that scripture, I knew that, I knew what I was doing wrong, or I knew what I wasn't paying attention to. Understanding. A lot of you people do things we don't understand. Thank you. God bless you very much. I had the feeling you are going to be the one to type it down. Okay. That's Proverbs chapter 26. Okay. Through wisdom, a house is built, and by understanding, it is established. By knowledge, okay. By knowledge, the rooms are filled with precious and pleasant riches. So this is the reason. If you notice, if I'm quoting it, I'm using understanding. Okay. So when I got exposed to this, there's something about knowledge. Okay. This knowledge here is epignosis. Okay. A knowledge that relates out of understanding, a knowledge that relates to the known. Okay. You have let me not even go there. A lot of people know there are different type of knowledge. There is science knowledge. Okay. There is revelation knowledge that comes by insight. Okay. There is full depth knowledge. You relate with that revelation or science. Now you've practiced it. You now understand it. That understanding bred knowledge, it brings wealth. Many of us, we do things we don't know. Just like many people, traders know how to trade, but they don't understand the market. Hence, it's not giving them what they want. Because why? That knowledge is limited. I know the market is certain. There's a relationship I have with the market that I can trade without a stop loss. Now, you can't. How many of you can trade comfortably without a stop loss? Put one on the chart. Comfortably without a stop loss. It takes a certain relationship to be able to. Okay? Does that mean you do it today? Does that mean now that I've told you? You see, one of these, a lot of people do. Now that I've told you, the next thing is, okay, how can I trade without a stop loss? That is, you want to learn the science part. But before I did not learn the science. It's part of the things I related with out of the experience. I understood, and now I can do it. It's a different type. It's a knowledge that happens to you. It's deeper than revelation. It's deeper than science fact. It's a knowledge that comes through relationship of understanding. It happens to you. Am I making sense? Are you guys getting what I'm saying? Put one on the chat. So when I ask the question, how many of you understand how you're making money today? It's a question a lot of people don't understand and they never ask themselves. They would die 40 years. They never understood how they make money. And you're wondering why you're not making a lot of it. You see, anybody did not answer me. Many of you did not answer me. You're thinking. But is there any money here you don't earn money? You don't have a way of earning money. Everybody does. You see that you're working 9 to 5, or you have a business, or you have a stream of income from inheritance, or you have savings that came from either gift or everybody has a way of earning money, true or true. Okay. I told you to take a break, and I'm helping you take that break. Because the things I'll say to you right now, if you focus on them, you will take a break from the things that you've been doing and you would learn. So 2 years. This is a guide. 2 years, you want to grow. Build understanding through experience. Now you're in Forex. How many of you want to take, you really want to get established in Forex? Look at that scripture. It's a true wisdom, a house is built. Now, I need everybody to write the word wisdom. Okay. Are you guys with me? I could stop here now, open the chat, and let's get paid if you guys are not with me. But this is something you cannot buy. It's something you can buy. What is wisdom? So, wisdom is established. Is there wisdom that can be established without experience? From your knowing, looking at the word wisdom. Yes or no? When we look at the word wisdom from when we're growing up, if you say someone is wise, what is synonymous to wisdom? And you say someone is wise. They have what? I need you guys to follow me. Like all those elders, they say, elders, man, this guy is wise. What is in your heart when you say someone is wise? They have a lot of experience. There's something, when someone is saying or defining something you've not known, it means, wow, these people are exposed and they're experienced, they're wise. Am I correct? Are you guys getting one? Put one on the chat if you agree with me. I want to bring it from what dictionary will tell you. Okay, what does your heart tell you when you talk of wisdom? Is experience. And there is 2 types of experience. Many of you now are experiencing this call. Am I correct? But what you learn from this call that you practice, that happened to you, you got data from, is now an experience. Am I making sense? So experience at level. Exposure is part of experience. If I go to the football, there's a football match and they are playing the match, okay, that's an experience. I can take my family for, okay, that's an experience. But does that mean that the foundation of what I learn, what I gain, okay, based on that experience, that is now a knowledge, I can say, oh, if you go now, if I'm traveling a certain place and there are certain things that happen to me, okay, and I learn how they happen to me based on the experience, I can give to another person when they want to do certain things. I say, no, don't go through that route. When you get there, this is the first thing you do. That innate is my wisdom. Are you guys getting what I'm saying? because I've been able to experience it and I learned from the challenges. I knew what I did to continue that journey and I finished the journey. That is now an experience. Put 0 on the chart if you got that. Okay. So a lot of you are traders experiencing trading, but you are not going to the level of experience, okay, in trading. So what happens to now, if you hear me talk, one of the things you guys admire is my wisdom of the market. Am I correct? There is a way when I teach, you know, this guy is wise, he's experienced. Am I correct? Put 100 on the chart. That is not exposure. It's not because I was exposed. It's not how long I've been in Forex that I got exposed to Forex. The wisdom of my establishment, what established me is my experience, okay, that I've been able to build understanding from. Makes me wise. I'm a wise trader. Okay, I'm a trader that I'm not moved by the sentiment or manipulation of the market or what I want to gain from the market. I know the market, I practiced with it. I know how it has beaten me. I know I've beaten it and I know what to do. I've documented activity. That is wisdom. Paying attention to what it does to you more than what you're saying. 2 years of your life, whether you do it consciously or it happens to you unconsciously, the first 2 years of your experience in any field is for wisdom. It's for your experience. It's to give you data to learn from, to build from. Some of you are building from your day one. When I came into Forex, I had a plan, but 2 years later, the plan was not even available. I'm telling you guys something right now. We've all been built with the mindset of set goals and pursue the goals. Somehow, we don't know that some goals start after 2 years. The first 2 years is to grow to become the person that can achieve that goal. And how can you grow? You experience what you want to run. Just because you wanted to come into Forex and you know how people are trading and you know how you can do it, if you want to get to the stage of being an established trader, okay, you have to learn from the first 2 years. It's either you do it deliberately now or you will do it. If you're still here in 2 years, you're going to go back in your 2 years. 2 years would have happened to you that have made a lot of difference in the decisions you will make. 2 years. How many of you get what I'm saying? I can tell you every successful trader shifted in their first 2 years. Now the unsuccessful ones, some are still in the journey, they've not shifted. They will still be here 10 years, they're still doing the same thing. If your first 2 years does not shift you, that's why a lot of people will say 6 months to 18 months. It's not for you to master. It's for you to understand the idea of trading. Am I making sense? I'm doing something different right now. Reprogramming. Because we all need it. Okay? Like I'm teaching you Forex right now. I'm teaching you about liquidity. I'm teaching you things about trend. These are basic things we were programmed to learn. But what am I doing right now? I am rewriting that program because of my experience. I know it won't pay you. Even if it pays you, you would lose eventually. Because why? That is what you have been programmed to do. So because of my years of experience, and how did I get that experience? I learned over time. Okay, so 2 years started the journey. And guess what? I've grown in that journey as years go by because I'm always focused on my growth. Just like we analyze the market, I analyze what is happening to me as a trader. Because why? I'm relating to every exposure. Am I making sense? So your first 2 years, open up, take a break from your program and just learn. Be a follower of instruction. It will make you observe what you would learn. I can't teach you. I can only give you information to learn. If you do not pay attention to learning and you want to earn, guess what? You lose time. And time is what duplicates value, multiplies value. If you try to earn money rather than earning time, you have wasted time. Eventually, you have wasted money. Okay? So focus on what the next 4-5 years is going to be for you and subtract 2 years as your period of establishing. And if you go back into that scripture, it says something. He said, through understanding, okay, and by understanding it is established. So wisdom is the experience, and you understand the wisdom, it is experience. Now, what is knowledge? I gave you 4 principles of mastery. Experience would lead to understanding. Can I tell you one truth? When I aligned this scripture and when I was teaching that, I don't really think I've gotten exposed to this scripture. But in ministry, I've been taught this. But it was not the basis that formed my training of the 4 principles to mastery. But it's a law and essence, it links. So I teach people that the way I learned, I did not learn because I wanted to earn. I learned because I wanted to understand. A lot of people today make decisions from understanding. They will tell you, I need to understand the business. If I make you understand something you've not experienced, it is temporary. It cannot be established. It is subject to change. True or true? Do you guys agree with me? So some people, they say, okay, there are a lot of people that should be trading today, but they are trying to understand outside. It's just like trying to learn how to swim outside of the water. You have to come into the water, experience the wave. How would you sink? How would you move your leg? Then you move your leg and you will experience how your leg floated. Were you like a stone going down? Or those things, the experience will make you understand how you need to move. That's what you learn from. It's the same thing it's a law. It happens to every field and you can apply it to anything. That is what I did in trading. I shifted from when everybody was trying to do what majority does, I did differently. Okay. I targeted knowledge, deep knowledge, a knowledge that was built from understanding. And I knew to get that knowledge, I have to experience. Let the market happen to me. Let me trade, let me lose, let me win, let me lose. The only thing I have to picture is I need availability of what to lose. That is where income comes in. Many of you don't have income to support your journey and you're not planning for it today. True or true? This is a big question. I can't play with this. I can't round up this meeting without letting you guys know this. Many of you, you've secured the boat to learn, but you haven't. You don't even have a plan to finance you. Should I go ahead? Okay. Many mentors won't tell you this. But I think I've gotten to the stage, I'll tell you. I'd rather have you stop today and go work it out. Do it right. You eventually come back. Then continue to paint you to continue in the process you're doing. Okay? Do you guys want me to continue? Or you're getting scared already? So many of you have learned. I'm not the first person you have learned from. You have learned at different stages, but you are still coming to me to learn. And guess what? I will not help you if you do not understand something is needed for this you're learning. Outside of trading, okay, there's preparation and things to be done. So like you're taking a trip, you're traveling, you have babies. There are things you prepare for them that they will need in the journey. That's the same thing with your success in trading. Okay, when we got started, we just want to teach people. We're excited that we're doing some certain things and it was working. We just want to teach people. That's our early stage. Experience has brought us to another level. And I can tell people who are ready now. And from this, my stage of experience, I want to keep telling people the truth, even if it is hard. You will need to finance your first 2 years, your experience stage. You need finances. I cannot tell you how much, but I will tell you the mindset. You need to fund your losses because the only things you will learn from are your losses. So, but the good thing that will happen is if you're a good student and you follow a plan and instructions, you will get money to fund your losses. But don't allow that be the first process. I want to get money to fund my losses. No. Prepare your mind that, oh, I would lose through this process. It may come from my trading. But if it doesn't come, what is the plan? Ask me that question. Write that question down. Now that I have told you, okay? In the next 6 months, you may not be making the money you want to make. You may even lose what you have. It can happen. In fact, it happened to the majority of the successful people. What if it happens to you? What is your plan to finance the other 6 months in these 2 years? Do you have an answer? I wish I was asked this question. My heart wouldn't, I wouldn't go through the process where I almost broken and do you know I almost quit? There's one woman. There was one woman. If she wasn't in the business, I would have quit Forex. She was the reason I did not quit. And she didn't even know. Okay, so if I can be at that stage, say you can't. Why do you think a lot of people are not trading today? So what will happen if things like this that I'm talking about would happen to you? How would you fund? How would you stay consistent to learn through, to understand, and you will build mastery out of it? How? Write that down. Let this week, okay? Let this week be your planning week. Because if you set your mind to it now, you're already overcome because your mind is in it. You know, I tell people today I'll lose $1 million. Okay. So when I'm losing $10,000, I am not quitting because my goal is to lose $1 million. Maybe when I will stop is when I've lost $1 million and I'm okay, I won't set another goal because now I've mastered losing. Do you know what I'm telling myself I can lose? It's not just because I would acquire what to lose. It's I am eradicating the pain of small losses by telling my mind I am open for big losses. I am ready to fail big. I'm not scared of failing. So every day you tell yourself, I fail effectively with grace. It's not a prayer that you want to fail. A lot of people are scared of that type of word. They say, no, it's not what I want. Oh, it's a positive word for you to tell yourself, I fail effectively with grace. It means you have the right attitude, even in the midst of turmoil and downtime. Attitude, it's a mindset. Because why? It doesn't really matter what happens to you. Great traders lose a lot of money. I've lost over 60,000 at the beginning of this year. Guess what I am doing right now? That is a rehearsal. If I did not lose that, I wouldn't be where I am today. Because why? I've always told myself, okay, I'm ready to fail forward. I cannot fail and step backward. The things you tell yourself, your auto-suggestion, they prepare you for the time. In fact, they get the times closer because now they know you're prepared. Life is waiting for your manifestation. When you manifest, life will happen to you. It's just that we don't fail. So if I'm giving you these tips, like I'm telling you right now, have you prepared to fund yourself when you fail? Many of you have not thought, or you're only thinking of making profit. But guess what? You will lose. You will make profit and you will lose. Some of you make profit and you will increase your equity, and that money you brought outside, you lose it. You see possibilities that you invest in and you will lose it. It will happen, my friend. It's not a cost. It will happen. What will you do when you get to that stage of a brokenness? Do you know why I'm asking you this question? Ask me why. So that I can tell you what I did that you're not planning for now. Many of you, even in your mind, you've figured it out. You thought, if it happens, this is what I would do. You will be shocked. All right. So let me give you a plan that I can tell anybody who's an entrepreneur in this space. So when it comes to business right now, because I've read this book, 5 Wealth Secrets That 96% of us don't know, there are certain principles I learned from that book. I don't go for the profit. I work for the retention. I invest in my retention. Just like as a family man right now, I have an account that takes care of the bills of the home. Despite the fact that for every income that I get, a percentage goes, but I also have another plan that takes care of the bills of the home that is set aside. But I already have from my income, there's a certain point that I know. Sometimes the income may not come. but an investment is in place to provide when that happens. So I'm not shit. Giving you this analogy because it's the same thing that happens in business. A lot of people don't learn to fund their business. Okay. So as a trader today, when you grow as a trader, there's a video that I did that I told you the 3 stages that happens for trading. So trading will give you an opportunity to become an institution. You would earn and you become an institution. Then you will earn by leverage. Then you will become a fund manager. You know, one of the things I unconsciously achieved before I came to this level, I leveraged. There are people who don't have what you have. Start investing in what you will become tomorrow. If you know how to trade today, you will become an institution. Why don't you build relationship of institutionalizing yourself as a trader, starting by leverage? Do you know the most successful trading entities in the world were built by partnership with this principle I am sharing with you? Number 1 is I Am Academy. It was built on a principle. Many people called it network marketing, but it was built in a principle of partnership. They knew that at some point, people will go through the process of learning this thing and they may not make results. But there are many people who are willing to get exposed to proper mentorship and proper trading resource. Many people needed it. So they made a situation where people could partner with the company to help other people get these principles and resource. And guess what? People made money ahead of time before trading, and now they became successful traders. Come on, be wise. Now, a lot of people frown at that, you know. Even at some point, I frowned at it when I came in. But guess what? That is what sustained me. I wouldn't be here today. I'm not someone that can tell you a lie. I'm telling you the truth because it is based on a principle of life. And because I am a principle, I'm someone who teaches on principles, I can relate. I got broken through network marketing, but I'm the same person that is relating with you. I'm not telling you. So network marketing has been flawed, but there's a principle in network marketing that is connected to our life. It is the leverage that successful people use to stand before they rise. Many of you, you will be broken that your plan that you have today, you've exceeded it. I wasn't trading for 6 months. How was I paying my bills? I was a partner. I was earning, I was funding my process. I want to be here today. I want to be valid. I don't have what it is I was funding. And I've learned from that. And I've built on it. I'm now an institution. I have come to the last stage, which is there are individuals that trust my result now. And they are investing in it. I share this thing with you guys, not because you people should know the life of a trader. There are stages it goes. You will get to a level, you will not need your own money for life. There will be so much money available to you because now you have a resource that can duplicate it. That may take another 2, 3, 4 years. But would you start working on it today and stop and quick, take a break from just trying to be a profitable trader? Put the business first. Prioritize your foundation as where do you want leverage? Leverage. Build your business more than you build your income. Your business will eventually produce the income. Some of you, you build so much emphasis on your 9 to 5 and you're not building your business, what you can grow. You're not building it. Do you know for you trading, you are a business. For everybody you get to trade, you've created another source of business. If you have 10 people who are trading, that's 10 sources of business. If you have 100 people who are trading, that's 100 sources of business and that is not dependent on your time. Can you cancel 100 lives if they are funding you? You can cancel your boss. You can cancel even your skill you have in your head. COVID happened, a lot of people were wiped out. Society is happening today. Intelligence is taking a lot of things. But one thing that cannot be taken out is people who are trading. Build a business on that. I promise you, you'll be different. Start learning it today. Help friends, not for the benefit of what you earn from it today. It's for the mindset, just like I told you, the mindset and the intention is really what's important. If you miss it, gone. Build a business. Find courses, sell them. If you find any coach that they have reputable courses, partner with those coaches, sell them. Because why? When you sell those courses, people will buy, and some 10 may start, 2 will get successful. It's the law of average. 2 will picture it, 2 may see it. You can't force those who will see it. And stop trying to say, okay, yeah, I want to make people successful. So everything you do, you want people to be successful. No, success is dependent on the people. Yours is dependent on the building and growth. Find courses, find books, okay, let's leave books. Find things that duplicate and establishes people in this environment, because you want to be established. Invest in other people's establishing. Okay, you see Power Nation today. There are people who could be far more established than they are in trader if they understand these principles. I know I've not really talked on it the way I should, because why? I am someone who's refraining from what people will think, okay, rather than me managing my business. But I've gotten to a level, I will tell you the truth, not because you will add to me, but because it will make you better. You will eventually become me tomorrow. Whether as an institution or a fund, the things I do today, not because I planned on doing them. It happened to me. Okay, I didn't plan to become a fund manager. It happened to me. And no matter what I was drifting after and why I didn't want to do it, I've now seen the abundance that this is the crown of what makes you a successful trader. It will happen to you. So why not just dive and start learning the foundation principles rather than you allow and wait for time? And do you know the experience I went through? If I'd learned this thing when I wasn't this big, I wouldn't have lost what I have lost today or in this period of this year or from last year, trying to now establish myself as a fund manager. Okay, because why? It is now, I'm not a child. I became a child to not learn it. So I can tell you today, start it now that you don't have many things to lose. I'm not saying you're going to start fund managing. Invest in the mindset. Don't be a lone trader. The most powerful people in trading are those who earn a lot from the brokers. There's so much money. For every trade you take, it truncates to a lot of money that is passing out to other people. Why don't you put yourself in that environment where you could earn? Think residual, because you would need the money for your family, for your business. And when things go all rogue wrong, you can hold on the storm. Did you guys get what I said? Put 10 on the chat. Take a break. Think right, think better. Get on a journey of self-renovation. You don't have to ask the question, Cambry, how can I do this? I'm very glad to help you, but I just want you to know why you should. Okay? Did you guys get what I said? I'll stop there today. This is my biggest instruction. Rewire the program. 6 months. If you focus as a trader in 6 months to build a business, you'll be shocked what another 1 year would look like. If you focus on building a business while you are trading, you will be shocked. I promise and I guarantee you, you'll be shocked. Monies you will not grow in trading. Now you can make it from business and you can increase your equity in trading. You will just find out that why have I been suffering all this while? And there are so many mentors out there, they don't want to tell you that the reason they are successful is because they built businesses around trading and now they are powerful traders. It means the businesses fund their confidence of trading. They don't want to tell you because they feel, somehow we feel we are going to look like we are not really good traders. That was a feeling I had at some point. And what has made a difference? I'm not trying to look good to you. I am already where you are not. And it took something for me to get here. My goal is to share that thing. If you're interested, do it. Simple. No, I'm not. I've gone past the stage of trying to look good. Am I making sense? Was it a beautiful session this morning? So move into that area where you can ask, what can I do? Ask, what can I do? I may not be the only person you can ask, but for everybody that is close to you, that is successful in this space, ask them, what can I do to build a business in trading? And if they're open enough, they can share with you, just like I am open enough and I'm sharing with those that are interested. The same way I did, the same way I was giving this opportunity, build it. Does that make sense? Any question? All right, any question? Any questions so far? You are free to ask any question. I have a question, but I'll take a question first before I can ask my question. Are you guys feeling energized or motivated? What are you feeling right now? Talk to me on the chat. That's not my question, but it relates to. What are you feeling? I'm seeing a lot of silence, and I noticed something. Almost everybody's video was blocked. So it's like I did something. It's either you guys are crying on the background, or your face has changed, or you have gotten into a state of retrieval. You retrieved. Okay, different from when you came into the score. I've broken some bones. I think so. Am I correct? You guys are not answering me in the chat. What's happening? You want me to feel bad that I did this? I'll delete the video. In fact, I will not send the video. I will not make it available. So I know that you guys don't have. Is that what you guys want? Is that what you guys want? So how are you feeling right now? Different from when you came in. Okay, how are you feeling right now? Everyone, let me know in the chat how you're feeling right now. Tell me anyhow you feel. And if you have any question regarding anything I've talked about, let me know. Don't just pick words. So some words can put you in problem. Like someone say, I'm motivated. I see no motivation in what I have done. There's nothing like a motivation in what I have done. So it means you just went to pick that word. Is there anything like a motivation in what I have done? How can I take a cane and start flogging people and say, oh, you're motivated? It's quite disturbing, quite frustrating, not chasing money while we need money to achieve the goals. Is there a question in that? Okay, you guys see motivation in what I've done? Joanne, pick up your mic. Okay, I'd like to hear what's the motivation. Let me unmute. Let me give you access to unmute. So Mr. Joanne first, what's the motivation?
Hi everyone.
Okay, Joel is going first. Okay, Jojo. So let the lady have it first.
Can I go on?
Hold on, ladies first.
Okay.
Okay, good morning. Greetings based on the different time frame. I'm actually motivated. Like I'm being spoken to face to face. I'm saying this based on my own personal experience. Like when you brought in the point of network marketing, I'm one person who used to run away from it. But though I've seen, based on my own personal career, I've met lots of people who come to me knowing that I'm a trader, and they come discuss their frustration. And with my own personal experience, I give them positive advice but I've never tried to say, sometimes it comes to my head, but I push it away because, you know, this act of trying to be careful and all. But when you brought up this, I actually thought of it could be a good thing and also a positive route to, you know, bring up these people, even if you don't put them in a way of trading, but you can form like an institution on how to motivate them and, you know, open up, even if not directly, but it could be a very good thing to do. So I actually felt motivated through this.
Okay. One of the reasons I called you out is for the purpose of the word motivation. I wanted to know what's the motivation. Okay, and you are using the word inspired.
Inspired. Oh, okay.
Okay, like if you say I inspired you, yes, inspiration works, but motivation doesn't work.
Okay. This is a mix of words.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. That's why I said there is no. I know what I did. There is no motivation. Okay, motivations are inspired. Maybe in the beginning of the call, I talked about my story. Motivations are there are things that brings feelings of why you've not been doing things. You are pushed. I did not push anybody. I broke you. That's what we call hard truth. Hard truth does not motivate. Okay, it breaks you first. Okay, so there are times you're broken, then you begin to see the truth in these things, then you are now inspired to take action. Okay, because of the realization, the awareness, you are now inspired to take actions. Okay, and that is why it's called inspiration, something that inspires you to take an action. Like what you just said right now, there is already a course of action. That is not by motivation. Okay, motivation, there is a motive that drives your action. Me, I did not put any motive to drive. I just brought knowledge, and knowledge brings awareness. And when awareness comes to you, you are inspired to take action. That's inspiration. Okay, so that is why I wanted to, because sometimes this is what our programming does. It matters how you feel. Okay, and if you understand that you are inspired, the only way to get the result of inspiration is to take action. But you can be motivated and go back to sleep. Because motivation, you only got a motive that may change the course of your mental action, how you believe, your belief system. So motivation affects your belief system. Okay, while inspiration affects your action more. And understanding the both of them drives you to take, you know what to do. Okay, so it's not that I don't just like to put it away. Oh, people feel inspired, but that's why a lot of people, those people who are inspired are more resourceful than people who are motivated. Okay, but even both of them, there's one of the things I tell people right now. I don't allow people motivate me. Neither do I. Yes, people can motivate me, but I don't dwell on people's motivation. I dwell on my personal inspiration. Okay, I wake up every day. I know the school my child is going to is an inspiration to me. I set my own inspiration. Because why? I cannot stop working because I will not be in a position where I cannot pay school fees. That's an inspiration. Sometimes it's your bank account, the money you're seeing. It inspires me to take action when I see him going to that school. There are some places you would leave, you would walk. If you do not walk, you're in trouble. That's the inspiration. That's your personal inspiration. You drive yourself. That's drive. It has moved from inspiration to drive, something that drives me because now I'm in the course of action. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Okay. So if this thought you have does not drive you, then you would aspire because every inspiration leads to aspiration. That's an inspiring time. Does that make sense? Okay, good. So Joel. Yeah, so for me.
Yes, sir. Can I go on?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. What I would like to say is that you are telling the truth. And I think that you you can understand what we are going through right now, and I feel that you have gone through all those things before us, and you can feel our frustration, questioning ourselves, why we are not achieving the goals, uh, why we are chasing money, and like you said, it is the truth, but it is hurting sometimes, and it is good that truth is hurting us, so that it can let make some decision and to act in the right way. And the question is that you have to ask yourself, apart of the fact that you are losing money, are you growing? Do you feel that you are growing every day, day after day? And are you focused? Are you focused? Do you know what you are chasing? Do you know your goal? And are you focused on that goal? Money will come. Money will come if you are focused. Don't chase the money, and chase the goal. Stay focused, and it will come. That's the main idea that I kept.
Beautiful. Beautiful. There's a reason God gave us parents. And the truth is, we are product of our initial programming has been a product of how we are trained. So if we can be a certain program because we were trained, it means if you get the right training now, you're going to be a product of that training. Imagine if you knew how to program yourself for your success in trading before you got started, or while you got started, these are the first things you were told. Okay, imagine when you started trading technically, you were told not to follow the trend, but to understand liquidity. What will be the difference for you a trader right now? There are certain information we'll get to and get access to in mentorship that can change the course of our action, because it's a training. And if only we apply ourselves to this training, sometimes you see this call right now, a lot of people are not in this call because Monday mindset, many people are already full. They don't come from Monday mindset. But just imagine what happened here today. It's something you can never pay for. But many people are not positioned. Like I said, what is the difference between the fruit? The sun is the leaf or the fruit of the tree is entitled to photosynthesis, to grow. It's an entitlement. God put the sun to nourish the fruit. But guess what? When the seed are not well nurtured, they won't be well positioned. And guess what? If they are not positioned, they won't enjoy the sun. That is their natural inheritance. It's the same thing with God today. God has blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places in Christ. In some way, it means there's a position, there's a place. But he said in his word that you should subject yourself to tutors and trainers to nurture you, so that when you get nurtured, you will be positioned for inheritance. A lot of people don't know that. You see this thing called leadership. If you are not well led, you will not be well bred. Many people are in training, but they are not trained. Just like many seeds are planted, but not many are nurtured. What I am trying to do is to create an environment of nurturing my traders. That's why I'm having this type of call. And you did not pay for it. This is what a lot of people pay for. When you come under my personal mentorship, I do more of this. Because why? I will reprogram you because I'm seeing you. I'm directly. This is, and guess what? Guess how much is my personal mentorship? No, all you guys, I think only a few of you, only a few of you guys are there. Aside the fact that some people are in general, some people are in personal, because why? This is me coaching and mentoring you as an individual. You must subject yourself. These are people who understand that I need this and they're investing in it. But I'm doing this today because I also want to give everyone that environment. to be nurtured. Because why? Wisdom may have happened to me. Life may have happened to me. I've learned a lot from it. Doesn't mean everything that happened to me, if it happened to you, you will survive. But I can guide you. I can help you know what mindset you have. And I'm preparing that mindset so that when the storms come, you already know you're prepared. Just like when I lost everything, I knew I was prepared for that time because I was told by my mentor, you would lose. Okay. My life coach then told me, when you lose everything and you're in a valley of despair, that is when you're truly being bred. And I realized am I truly being bred? So what I was focusing on the information, the learning, the attending the calls. So I see, there are certain things that will happen to you when you listen to a call like this. Like she said, inspiration, it will lead to a course of action. If you do not take that course of action, you've learned nothing. Then this call is just a wasted call that could change how you think about yourself as a trader. I gave some certain instructions, some certain guide. Invest in your next 2 years as the phase of experience so that you can be wise. And when wisdom collides with understanding, when that comes, you will be established. Let the focus be on, I want to be an established trader rather than being a profitable trader. Because guess what? Every established trader is a profitable trader. So focus. Kenry, how can I be an established trader? If you ask that question, guess what? It's not the same instruction of being a profitable trader you're going to get. It means your course of action is going to be different. So stay in an environment. Placement is everything. Place yourself in an environment. There are certain things that I teach today. I learn them from the Bible as well as books and as well as the lives of people that I've had access to. So place yourself. Okay? Placement is key when it comes to opportunity. Does that make sense? So that's going to be my time for today. Take action. What next would you take action on? This whole information I've heard. What next? What am I going to do next? Okay. Let this week be your week of planning. I also gave a point of view, POV. Many of you have not figured out how you're going to fund your trading. You figured out how you're going to fund your trading, fund your investing, but you've not figured out how you're going to fund your losses. It means you're not a trader. Because why? You would lose. But you didn't figure it. So when it happens, you'll be broken. And what are you going to do in broken? Majority, 90% of the time, you're going to quit. Because you cannot stay broken over a long period of time. So you need to start mending your brokenness today by making opportunities available. Okay? And there are ways you could do it theoretically, practically, and you can do it mentally as well. I've given you all, only if you listen. God bless each and every one of you. I'm going to see you guys on our next session. I hope you guys had a nice time. Ruminate on this video. Watch it again and take bullet points and begin to sort out actions you want to do. Okay? I have created opportunities for everyone to be everything that I've shared. Okay? I talked about sell courses. Payout Nation is not for Ken Remo. It's for everybody who wants to know how to trade. But Ken Remo does not know your brother, your sister, your friend. A lot of people are suffering around you. Some of you started this journey with people, but they are no more. And you gave up on them because they gave up on themselves. You also gave up on them. Some of you know in your spirit that you're in the right environment, but many people don't know they're in the right environment. Okay? What makes you build a business? To find a need and begin to fulfill that need, not because of what you get from it, but because of the principle you will fulfill. And when you fulfill that principle, you get the law of consequence. There's a consequence of good and bad. If you do the good thing, you get a consequence. Okay? You start building it today, consciously, so that it doesn't happen unconsciously tomorrow. Because why? When it happens unconsciously, you would have been trained that it's now a conscious thing to withstand or get good at it. Okay? I'm very intentional. That's why I passed this message. I knew I didn't want to let go. Things almost made me dispose this call for this morning, but I said no. God had given me an instruction, and I'm so grateful. The first day of the second half of the year, I delivered the message. Okay, he said, "He who has ear, let them hear." God bless you. Have a beautiful day ahead. We'll get into the market later.